think I spy some figs. There's another one. There's a couple more in here. I know there's another right there. So excited, so excited. This is, I think, 2 years old, this fig. So very exciting. I think I'm supposed to start pinching off these tops to encourage the fruit production and not the leaf production. At least that's what I've read. Anyway, I should put gloves on because there's something, the milky stuff inside can be irritating. So, little garden update. The arbor that my dad had in the old garden has been moved here, and the rose bushes survived. There's one here and one here that I just planted this one yesterday. I think I need to cut that back. But we'll go in and see. I'll show you how the tomatoes are on fire. I tie them up seems like twice a week. So in here, there's tomatoes on both sides. I have a couple of volunteer peppers. This one is a volunteer from last year because this is the bed that I had the hatch peppers in last year. So we have volunteers there. And over here, we have tomatoes. Exciting tomatoes here. There's some bigger ones on the other side. And we have some cherry tomatoes down here. Oh, here's some of the bigger ones. Can't remember what kind these are. It'll be a surprise. But this side is all of the indeterminates. And this side, I tried to do determinates. These are more cherry tomatoes that I need to tuck up in here so they don't get out of control. So it'll be a jungle in no time. But yeah, these are the indeterminates over here, or the determinates, I take it back. So I think these are the Costaludos, those little ones that look like little pumpkins. They're kind of ruffly. Definitely that's what these are in here. And then I have some Romas, basil, different colors basil. I have all this stuff, these fences here to keep the bunnies out. But purple and green basil, traditional basil, which is great because we're almost out of all of the pesto that I froze from last year. Then we have more indeterminate tomatoes on either side of this, and they're going crazy. Along there we have garlic along the edges, and then that's a cucumber. Kind of late start for that cuke, and it might be getting shaded by some of these tomatoes, which is too bad. But looks like we have some more tomatoes coming here. Very exciting. And more garlic on the edges there. Cherry tomatoes down there. This, of course, is the herb garden. More cherry tomatoes. I thought I wasn't planting as many, but I did. Lots of those coming down here. There's a little peek. More there. I think these are the black cherries, which were really special last year. This is, I've forgotten. It's either a cucumber or it's a squash. It might be the long Italian zucchini, which I think is what I planted here. They get super long, like 3 feet long, but apparently squash bugs don't like them quite as much as regulars. This is a lot of, there are turnips in here, and then the ones that are flowering is the arugula that's bolted. And then some of the parsley is bolted too, which is fine. Butterflies will love those. And in these cages are my strawberries, which I think I see one down in there that could be picked if something hasn't already gotten to it. More strawberries, and then onions here, which is also, this is the first time I've grown onions, but it's exciting because down here they're starting to bulb, and then these are beans here. I have noodle beans and regular beans, and then over here are pole limas. So the pole limas should crawl up those arbors. These are regular pole beans here. There's some jalapenos, and I guess that's jalapeno there. I think this is a regular, another type of pepper. Sugar rush peppers down there. My poor eggplant are getting eaten. I need to dust them with DE. And yeah, another view of the peppers here, the beans. The beans are starting to go up here. Everything's a little bit slower this year. I think we had a very cool spring. And then this end are the little baby potatoes. Some more peppers mixed in, and turnips that I transplanted. They're not supposed to do well, but they're doing fine. I'm not a big turnip fan, but I just had the seeds, and so I thought I would plant them. And then we have some peas here. Pretty cool. Just a little snack, not enough to really make much of a meal. Of course, the asparagus is ferning out, and got some more broccoli. Since we cut the big head, we've been just harvesting these little flowerets. It's almost like the Italian broccoli rabe. But anyway, down here, cucamelons. These are butternut and buttercup squash along here. Hopefully we'll climb up and over. More of the same over there. These are the zucchini. I've planted some mint, some marigolds, and put the net over, and also planted some radishes in here to try to keep the bugs off. But as you can see, there's a tiny little zucchini. If I don't pick it this weekend, it'll be ginormous next week. But I'm going to, at some point, have to undo this so they can be pollinated. But right now, sort of just trying to keep them from getting eaten. Squash vine borers and zucchini beetles, cucumber beetles and zucchini beetles are my nemesis. Over here are melons, so small personal melons like the, what were they? Kajari melons are in here. Also, the nasturtiums are supposed to keep the bugs at bay, or to help to. There's also watermelon in here, personal and regular size. And then back here, the pumpkins are on fire. These are different kinds of pumpkin. There's regular, there's the Cinderella pumpkin, and then there are also, I guess it's called a Casper, which is the white pumpkins. So that's exciting. I've never planted pumpkins before. And here I think are loofah that are going to be coming up here. I planted them on both sides, but these are a little bit slower. They might not be getting as much sun. And this here is borage, volunteer from last year, so the bees should like that. Anyway, it's starting to look like a big jungly garden again. So exciting. We have a big burn pile over there. We've been waiting for just the right conditions to set that on fire, and that will clear up that mess. And then down here, my bees. They are doing great, but there is a hive in the middle that I think is queenless. It's the second one from the right there. That's the one that I split twice to make the two on the left. So that queen was very prolific, but she might have, I don't know if she left or died, and unfortunately I destroyed a queen cell that I shouldn't have. The bees know best. I should learn from that. Over here, the little bee garden, we have lots of bumblebees on the lavender. Surprisingly, the honeybees are not really paying attention to it, which means they're probably finding something they like better somewhere else. But yeah, they're busy. I need to put a queen excluder in the one on the far right, or somewhere in there. Far left, that's the one. I don't have an excluder. I really don't want her laying up there in my honey supers, so we're looking forward to a nice harvest this year. Anyway, that's the update. Today is June 12th, and the rain came crazy down last night, but it has stopped. It's a beautiful day, so the garden is in full swing. That's all. Happy Sunday.